everyone.
Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about how to lose weight. This is a good question. A lot of people want to know how to lose weight because there is, frankly, an obesity pandemic in the Western world because we're saturated with foods that are really non-foods. They're not really foods at all, but that's what the market is pushing on people. So people are putting on weight everywhere. And it's almost become normal. You walk down the street and everybody's bigger than they should be. And obesity is only 25% above what you should be carrying. And a lot of people aren't aware even that they're obese. They think they're pudgy or overweight, and they're not aware that they are actually obese because it's become so normal for people to be obese that they're not even aware of it. And even if they're not obese, most people are carrying too much weight. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to lose weight. And our answer is going to be very, very simple, because once you switch over to a basically raw fruit diet, you're inevitably going to lose weight. You can't get around it. You can't maintain a big weight if you're on a fruit diet. It's just impossible. You could try, but there's no way you could be eating fruit all day and you would still not be putting on weight or maintaining weight if you're grossly overweight or even a little bit overweight. You're going to slowly start losing weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, with losing weight, I could see there is a huge brainwash in the world. If you want to lose weight, you have to do a lot of exercise, and most emphasis are put into exercise. Now, if you're overweight, you don't feel comfortably in your body, I believe. So to exercise, if somebody tell me if I'm overweight, I have to exercise, I will straight away be discouraged. I will say, oh no, if I have to do this, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
But if somebody tell me you have to change the way you eating and what you eating. So I believe if people have an overeating habit, they should involve some activity when they feel they already ate and they want to eat more. They should put that food aside and start doing something with their hands or reading book or whatever. Maybe something more creative, something with the hands, or even start cleaning house. That will be better than a reading book, because reading book can make us feel to eat. There is a lot to it, like how to make yourself distracted from food and what food you eating. So instead of bread, eat apples, and instead of meat, eat whatever. If you want to eat raw, just choose whatever you fancy raw. And if you follow your love in your heart, just don't eat meat or cheese or anything like that. Just have any fruit or vegetable your body desire. And if you want to eat only fruit, just eat only fruit. But either if you eat raw, you will lose the weight. And also, even if you overeat on raw food, but I don't support overeating in any form, shape, because overeating, it's never healthy, doesn't matter what. You're just training your body to have more and more and more of food. And more food you put in your body, more you strain your digestive system. And once you strain one part of digestive system, you actually strain all of them, because this is all one thing.
Yeah.
The heart is not separate from our body, the liver is not separate, nothing is separate, it's all one big engine which keeps us going. And
we don't have to understand how those things work. We don't have to know that at all. We don't have to know where things are or things function. The body has its own innate wisdom. It takes care of all that kind of stuff internally. We did actually make a video a few weeks ago about how to transit from being on a whatever diet to a fruitarian diet. So we talked about that in the past. And one thing that springs to my mind, because we used to watch We don't have a TV, by the way, but we used to watch some years ago a TV show that was called The Biggest Loser. And they used to get all these people that were morbidly obese. They would be weighing, 200 kilograms or more. And they would bring these people in and they would put them through this competition to see who could lose the most amount of weight in a certain amount of time, in a few months or whatever it was that the TV show ran for. And they used to split these people up into the blue team and the red team. And Pitka and I, we would often look at each other and say, we wish we could be there as like a third team called the green team. And whereas the blue team and the red team, their focus really, every single day they were doing hardcore exercises. They were really pushing themselves to the point that they were throwing up, yeah. And we thought, no, we should have a green team, get the people there, get them on a raw fruitarian diet, take them for gentle exercises, maybe swimming daily, doing some yoga, going for little walks around the place, doing a bit of karma yoga, doing a bit of gardening or something that they could do, but not this heavy duty workout sessions that they were having that brought them to the point of throwing up on a daily basis almost. They were like, you could see they were so exhausted. So we kind of really wanted this green team to be in existence. Of course, it never would be. That was just our fantasy.
Yes, but we knew we would be most successful. The people in our group will be most successful to losing weight. We already have it proven by people staying here, eating only fruit. They were losing weight in a good speed. They all were very happy about it.
Yeah.
I want to say one more thing. That today in this world it's almost forbidden to say somebody is overweight.
It's taboo.
It's that whatever it is, that politically correct language we speak. I don't know what's politically correct on lying. And also I want to say that to strain your body with exercise to the level that you start throwing up, it's definitely wrong. Obviously wrong, logically wrong. You don't do that. You never strain your body if it's not your life depend on it.
It's only going to age the body quicker.
You're going to suffer for it. If not today, you're going to suffer for it tomorrow. You definitely one day your body is going to really feel it that you abused it. And any abuse to your body may not show straight away. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
When I used to binge on cooked food, I ate it, I said, I'm okay, it's nothing wrong with me. But a few days later, because I didn't eat anything else, only a few days later I noticed something wrong with me. And then I knew it's from when I ate that cooked food. So, of course, depends what you're eating. The worse the cooked food you're eating for you, the earlier you're going to feel the effect of it. But that's maybe a different topic.
No,
but it's still, I want to underline, always listen to your body, be gentle to yourself, love yourself. Don't put big pressure about anything. If something you can't achieve, take little steps till you get there. And don't hit yourself over it, because you only harm yourself again. That's not being kind. That's not being loving. So everything you do, think before, is this act of love? Is it going to harm me? Is this being too hard on myself? Is that actually love? You have to make up your own mind.
And I want to go back because I started talking about the green team that we hypothetically would have liked to have had for the people that were losing weight. Because we know from our own experience of having people here that have been overweight, practically everybody that's visited us has been overweight, and that their weight loss has been, it's going down very, very quickly, the weight. And on The Biggest Loser, you would see sometimes where they would be training all week so hard, and then they would be disappointed because they only lost 2 pounds, like 1 kilogram or something over a week. Now we're so sure that they would lose 4 or 5 times more than they were on the green team. And what we would have also done is taught them things, taught them why eating certain foods is wrong from an ethical point of view. Whether or not they would have been receptive to it is a different question, but that's what we would have taught them. And we also know that people that go on The Biggest Loser, that lose their weight, and you may think afterwards when you see the transformation after the show is finished in a couple of months or whatever it takes, you see, wow, look at the difference between them now and then, they look so much better. But most of them, the vast majority of them, once they're left to their own devices again and they go back out in the real world, they haven't really learned anything that's going to stop them getting sucked back into what they were sucked into in the first place. So they end up putting the weight on again.
Yes.
Now we think that if they had a good ethical understanding of why certain foods are just frankly wrong to be eating, and they can connect that food with their own hearts and see why it's wrong, maybe take them even to a slaughterhouse, show them what's going on, show them what's happening in the animal holocaust industry. These are things that are kind of vital for people to really understand before they can make the connection and really know, no, I can't eat that food anymore, I can't touch that food. It doesn't matter how much I'm craving it, I'm not going to touch that food, because they know the truth behind it.
Yeah. They also changed the diet for those people in a show, but the diet is totally ridiculous by us.
Yeah.
Because there's hardly any change in it really.
No.
They just make them actually eat less.
Less fried food, less fast food.
Yeah.
They do that.
And less food altogether. But those people, they don't even like that food. They don't feel satisfied. They don't even have a choice.
And the nutritionists don't really know what they're talking about, in our opinion, even though it's been a decade or so since we watched it. I recall one episode where one of the people bought a pineapple to eat. And the nutritionist, the fitness advisors, said, no, you can't eat the pineapple, it's too many calories, too much sugar. So they couldn't eat the pineapple. And I'm thinking, how ridiculous is that? They're telling them, eat a diet heavy in fish, you've got to have your protein, you've got to eat this. So they were still eating all this cooked food, still eating animal products, so many things that we would have had, no, don't touch any of this, even if we weren't trying to make them fruitarian. At least try and make them understand that there's certain foods that they're eating blatantly wrong, and other foods that they weren't being allowed to eat. Yes, go ahead, eat until you're full with it, gorge on it.
Yeah, that's with the pineapple. That goes with how likely in the last few years, more than 10 years, I can see slowly creeping up in the media how fruit is very bad for you. So we are here to testify otherwise, because it's not fair that so many people believe in such a lie. It breaks my heart, honestly breaks my heart, because everything good in this world is put mud on it and stamp underground. So we don't know the truth. Truth is simple, and if it's too complicated, that's a good indicator for me.
Anything
something
complex,
fishy about it, something.
Simplify.
It's a business. I tell you one thing, I won't name names. I don't want people think I want to try put somebody under or something like that. I have no that intention. But we spoke once, one person who is on a raw food, who influenced a lot of people. And on a debate, Mango was there, we debated about the fruit diet and the raw food diet. And this person agreed that fruit is the best food you can eat. It is our natural food. And when I asked that person why you don't promoting it, the person told me because it would not sell. So think about that.
Yes, so many people are in it for money these days. They've jumped on the raw vegan bandwagon.
They're on it for 2 weeks.
And they're just trying to sell. They think an idea, I can sell this. We don't want to sell you anything. I'm repeating myself again, but we don't want to sell you anything. We just want to tell you what is the truth for us. We want to share that with you, and then let you make your own mind up about what you feel is right. It's your choice.
That's right, and that's our responsibility. We all have a responsibility for our own choices.
Yeah.
So.
And we know that we're never going to put on weight. But this is how we are, and this is how we're going to stay. We're not losing weight, so people think, oh, you fruitarian going to keep losing weight. It doesn't happen. You'll reach your ideal weight, and I feel like even though I mean, there's no political incorrectness with people telling me how skinny I am, but even though the other way around is true, I'm at the weight I am because this is probably what my ideal weight is, and I'm not going to lose more weight because I'm eating the same foods every day. We're not going to lose any more weight, but we're not going to put on weight either because we don't believe in eating too much.
We lose and put weight only during fasting and
right.
after fasting.
After fasting,
but otherwise, our body mass is designed. Design.
Yeah.
And designed since I was 13, and I feel very young. I don't feel any age. Most of people of our age mention age a lot. I feel the age.
And we do get a lot of comments saying how old we look. You know, we look like 100-year-olds or whatever. But the weird thing about it is that most of those comments are coming from people with complete anonymity. And I think it's very rude. People just come in and just say, oh, you look really old, and that's all they've got to say. I mean, come on. It is rude, and I don't think there's truth to it. I mean, you can't stop the aging process. We're in our 60s. This is how we look, and we feel okay, and we're not going to let these people put us down. So if somebody comes to our YouTube channel and says, God, you two look really old, or like death warmed up, or concentration camp victims, or anything like this kind of comment, we delete them straight away. We're not interested. Go somewhere else. Go and tell yourself how you look.
Your mirror and say to yourself how you look.
How you look. Because if you see the people that say this, virtually everybody that does it, he doesn't have any picture of themselves. You can't see how they are. They're trolls. Trolls living in their mum's basement somewhere, eating pizza and probably unhealthy. But that's by the by. We're happy people. We're happy to share with you what we know. Keep the questions coming. I think we've pretty much answered as best we can. I mean, obviously go and seek elsewhere more information if it's not enough.
Anyway, losing weight, the key is in what you're eating. Think about what you're eating. The exercise is very beneficial, definitely very beneficial, but start very gently, and once you get a feel for it, you can add few things. There's heaps of exercises videos on YouTube, so there is no excuse to say I don't know what to do. There is plenty of that, but always be gentle, and if you feel your body doesn't like something, it's fine. Just stop it. Really listen to your body and don't strain it in any way.
Don't strain it unnecessarily. Gentle exercises, swimming, walking, bit of gardening, gentle gardening.
Yoga is
You don't need to be doing whatever deadlifts or all these things that people do to build up muscles and get biceps and abs or whatever.
It's not everybody's goal to have a big muscles.
No.
For me, it's actually not attractive. To me, I never seen it already as child, you know, those big muscle builders. For me, it's not attractive, you know.
That doesn't mean you couldn't, though. I mean, there are people that are eating fruit that can definitely build up.
You can build the muscles. We do some gentle exercise, we do exercise, but not for the big muscles. We do exercise, just keep our body in tone and keep fit. You know.
That's what we think is right. People that think, oh, you can't build muscle on a fruitarian diet, it's simply not true. It's just for us, it's not a focus of our attention, it's not something that we want to do. There's lots of people eating everything that are skinnier than we are or in far worse shape physically than we are, even less than our age. So to say, oh, it's because you're fruitarian, when muscles aren't our focus in life, you're just trying to find excuses, really. Excuses.
Okay, so...
Yeah, lovely chatting. See you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Don't forget about love in your heart. The love is most important thing in your life. Until next time, all the best to all of you. Bye.
Yeah.